So here we are midway through a hike, probably not even midway, we're only about a quarter of the way. We started over that ridge, kind of where that building is there. We're hiking around this whole lake. This is a crater lake, it's a volcano. It's called Quito, and it's pretty famous. A lot of tourists coming through here, big groups of people. Voila. And obviously it's majestically beautiful, so it's a good spot. Today is the 29th of December. The year is almost done, and this video is all about our year of travel. 2019, we traveled a lot, and I just kind of wanted to go over it all, talk about how we managed to do that, I guess, and where we went and everything. So the year in review, 2019, travel, the super travel couple coming at you. Okay? So let's see, we started off in January, obviously. Half of January is kind of the Christmas holiday, and we were home for Christmas this year. Nice time with the family. So basically the beginning of January was the end of Christmas, and Sarah and I met up in Toronto and met up with my mom and my sister and her kids, and we stayed downtown Toronto and just kind of saw the city a little bit and visited and such and such and such. After that, we flew back to China and back to where we were living at the time in Chengdu. Meatballs are tasty. Chengdu doesn't count as traveling because that's where we were living, but I guess the beginning of January we were traveling just to our hometowns. And then by the end of January we hit the Chinese New Year, which is the big holiday in China, and that brought us into February. And what did we do for Chinese New Year? I don't know. Ha! Terrible memory. We went to Spain, flew into Madrid, and then we rented a car and drove down into the Andalusia area. That's basically like all these hills, is so beautiful. Sevilla, Ronda, Granada, Gibraltar, and some other places in between there, the white villages. Malaga, and back to Madrid and back to China. And that was February. The entire holiday was 23 days. 23 days in February we traveled. So like pretty much the whole month. So we got some tapas here, just dropped off. That brings us to March. March is actually my birthday, is in March. And we just did a little birthday trip. Do you remember what we did for my birthday? You don't remember? Steam train. I dragged Sarah, since I got to choose. I wanted to go to the steam train, which I don't even know where that is. It's down by Lashan. Lashan is a mountain town where the big Buddha is. And we did that for 3 days, or we did that for 1 or 2 days. And then we went to the steam train. Stop for a photo break. So the steam train was kind of a bit of a disaster because there wasn't a lot of information on it, so we were kind of blue balling it. Blue balling it means we were kind of winging it. I don't know why we say that, but we do. But it was fun. It was different. And Lashan is one of the best places for food. Check out the video that I did there if you want to see some of the best food in the world, really, considering it's a pretty unknown place.
Got peanuts. The peanuts add a nice little touch to it.
That's March. Oh no, that wasn't the end of March, because March is also a special time in Sarah and Ryan's life. Our anniversary. And what did we do for our anniversary?
I hate this one memory so bad.
We went to Chongqing. We got a cool little place that overlooked the river, and we got caught in the rain, and we walked to. Oh yeah, we definitely got a hot pot. One of the best hot pot dinners of all time. Oh, we went to like the food area. Remember, we got some swan lam noodles. Yeah, we just relaxed and ate. We had a Nintendo Switch. We got a Nintendo Switch too, so we brought that. And we sat in our room, played Mario Kart, and just you know, enjoyed being together. So April, we did separate trips. You remember this? Singapore for Sarah and Macau for Ryan. It was actually, our friends got married. We all left Chengdu. The girls went to Singapore, the guys went to Macau. Bachelor party. Did some casino hopping. You know, lost a little bit of money. Not too bad though. I bet on Jim Kelly, number 12, and it came through pretty big. But I think I ended up pretty close to even, maybe a little under. But that was a really fun weekend for me. Great food in Macau. Pork chop on a bun. Look at this path.
Yeah. Chicken rice.
Yeah, Singapore, some of the best food in the world. You guys stayed in a nice hotel with a pool and did a girls stuff. Look at this view. How's that for a view? So, Singapore, good trip for you, good trip for me. I think we were both 3 days. End of April, my mom came to visit in China. It's a lot of fun. Xi'an, correct. Wow, we got one.
In Xi'an. I'm in Xi'an.
Xi'an was great. Xi'an's a fantastic place to visit if you go to China. It's a wall around the entire city. We walked around most of it. Huge. It's a giant wall, like a big. I mean, we walked for 5 hours probably. We did the Terracotta Warriors. We got up early and we were literally like first people in line to buy tickets. We were good. We walked into like the main building where the Terracotta Warriors are, and it was just us and a couple people. Really, really cool experience. Whew. Xi'an is also one of the best food cities in China. And we ate a lot of good food. Muslim quarters packed with amazing food. Any highlights from eating in Xi'an that you can remember? Biang biang. Biang biang noodles. Oh, the pao ma. I think it's called pao ma. It's like torn bread in like a lamb soup. One of the best things ever. This is making me really hungry. So we gotta stop and get lunch. Where's the closest place to eat? Oh, there it is, way over there. Just another 2.5 hours. So that brings us into May, and my mom was still visiting then, and Sarah had to go back to work, but we went to the Tibetan area in Sichuan, and we traveled into Kangding, Tagong. Tagong and Kangding are just some of the most beautiful areas in the world. Tibetan plains, high altitude mountains, and like the whole Tibetan culture. You got the prayer wheels, all that stuff. Really beautiful. My mom left and we did some June traveling, but I'm gonna pick that up after the hike, hopefully over some delicious lunch. Trucha a la plancha, grilled trout. Look at the moss I'm showing off. Impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
See that, you guys? So right now we're sitting down in a restaurant. It's called La Hacienda. We're in Ibarra, and this place is super cool. Look at this. We're sitting in like a horse pen here. I mean, I don't know what this used to be, if it's just designed to look like this, but it definitely has this really cool vibe to it. We got a couple sandwiches ordered and some drinks, and we're going to have some lunch, but we're going to finish off our conversation about the year in review. We're on June? We're on June. So, do you remember what we did in June?
Nothing.
Dr. Trey?
Oh, trip to what place? That was called something.
No, Changsha. We went and we met up with our friend Tracy, she's been in a few other videos. She traveled to India with us, and we met up with her, and she's Chinese. She moved back to China, so we're both in China at the same time, so we thought, let's meet up kind of halfway in between where she was and we were. Changsha it was, and Changsha is a pretty cool city, lots of good food. It was a good time. What did we do? We walked that, remember we went to the park on the island?
Super handsome statue of Chairman Mao.
Oh my god, Chairman Mao's dreamboat. Why are flies always flying into your face holes?
I stink, I guess, I don't know.
Then we ate a lot of food.
We had those amazing noodles in that little market.
Oh yeah, that little noodle booth shop thing. That was really good.
Porkier than normal.
And then after that, Sarah left. She went back to work, and I traveled by land across China back to Chengdu. So I did Guangzhou. Oh, is there lemonade? That's okay. Gracias. Ooh, lemonade, limonada. Ooh, they have like fancy biodegradable straws made from horse dung. So let's see, I went to Guangdong, Guangxi, Guizhou, and back to Chengdu. Guangzhou is probably one of the best food cities in the entire world. It's like the birthplace of Cantonese food, roast pork, dim sum, all that stuff there. So I went there and spent a few days. Chicken is very bony. Then I went south down into Guangxi province, more delicious food. I went to a little fishing community that had a lot of Vietnamese people in it. Had some Vietnamese food there. Went up to Nanning, went into like where the rice fields are, the rice paddy fields, and then can't remember the name of the last city, but it's in Guizhou and Guiyang. Really good food there as well. Just a real surprising place for amazing food. Then back to Chengdu, and that was pretty much June, I believe. That whole trip was 9 days for me, plus 4 days in Changsha with Sarah and Tracy. Adorable. That took us to the end of June, into July. And what did happen in July?
My birthday.
We left China. We moved away from China. So basically we were making our transition to Ecuador. But to do that, we had to go to England for a month. We did London, we did Church Stretton, Liverpool, the Peak District. England surprised me a lot. You had traveled around there. Obviously, you grew up for what? 11 years. And we went to Sarah's hometown as well. That was pretty cool because it's, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't mention the name of your hometown because you get a lot of shit for it. It's known as the butthole of England. I think that's the official like city slogan. And every English person I talk to, I tell them that Sarah's from there, and they always just laugh. They just go like, point at her face like this and laugh for like a good 30 seconds.
Really?
But that was interesting to see where she grew up, the house she grew up in. We walked around and met up with even some of her family. So a month in England, and then we finished what we had to do there. It was like visa purposes, and we had some time to kill, so we took a flight to Romania, and we spent 17 days, mainly Transylvania, which is a beautiful area. There's some mountains around there. It's just a lot of old cities. You can contribute. You don't have to just try to like distract yourself with your phone. Best meal we had in Romania.
That giant platter in that little courtyard garden.
Meat feast.
The meat feast.
There's a video dedicated to it.
That's why I don't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, that was early on. And then your head was filled with meat. Your sausages poking out of your ears. Vampires like everywhere, which was a bit of a hassle.
You turned into a vampire.
Oh, that's right. I turned into a vampire. Something weird's going on with me. Let me just flip the camera around on this phone. Yeah, that was awkward. We had to like go to they have vampire hospitals in Transylvania, and you go and you get the vampire removed from you. It was lucky because I think I transformed that night, and then you like wrapped the blanket around me, and I like they have like ambulances, and they come and pick you up and take you to the vampire hospital. Anyway, so that was July, and it brought us into August. So August we moved to,
Ecuador.
yeah, Ecuador, Quito area, and Sarah started a new job, and September was, we were just kind of settling in, and we didn't do any traveling in September, I don't think at all. But it was a new place for us, so we were just getting settled in, getting used to things, getting the house ready, and it was good. You can move into a new country, a new house, a new everything, so there's a lot you have to go through. It's a little stressful at times, I guess. And then October, that's when the protests started in Quito, and we were supposed to go away, but we were kind of locked down in our house. There was a curfew, the roads were closed, so we didn't end up going anywhere. We missed traveling, I think, but then by the end of October, we got to go away to Mindo for 4 days. Do you remember Mindo? Best part of Mindo?
The birds.
The birds, that cable car thing. That was cool. And then that brought us into November. November, what did we do? I'll give you a hint.
We watched Quito Loop.
Quito Loop. What are you doing? Do you have worms up your butt? What? I'll let you out of the pen. You can't go in the pen. So, we hiked Quito, and that was amazing. I mean, it was just beautiful. It felt like we accomplished something. It was good exercise. It challenged us, and like I said, it was beautiful. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen probably is Quito. It's a crater lake. It's a volcano, a dormant volcano with a lake in the middle of it, just like gorgeous. And all that hiking was so good. That was 4 days. Oh, God. And then we're in December, which is this month. Do you remember what we did in December? Do you know where we are right now? We're not in a barn, this is a restaurant. So December, Christmas holiday, we went to, oh, it's not for me. I was hoping that was for me. I bought a bike and we started a road trip, which is what we're doing right now. Videos coming soon, and it's been good so far. Okay, so tally it up. Total days traveling, 113, 30% of the year, 8 different countries, 13 flights, a lot of good memories, for me at least. So you don't remember a thing, so what would you say was the highlight of the year?
You have a crack in your phone.
I know I do. This is not how you make videos. You got to talk about
The highlight?
Mm-hmm.
I think Romania.
Yeah, Romania, number 1, better than
Because it
Spain.
was like an unexpected surprise.
We literally booked the flight 2 or 3 days before we left. It was very last minute, and we didn't really know what to expect.
And who goes to Romania? You know?
Buffy, Bram Stoker, the character from the Bram Stoker novel, basically was just vampire hunters, and us. Spain surprised me a lot, and it was a longer trip, and we had a car, and it was just really beautiful. I like that. Quito, maybe the most memorable.
This is the best thing you've ever done.
No.
Name a better thing.
I also have to give an honorable mention to my trip across China, because that was it was my farewell to China kind of thing for now, and I didn't have Sarah with me, so it was extra good, because she sucks. Sandwiches. Gracias. Look at the sandwich. It's huge.
Jamon Serrano.
Serrano. Oh. Flashback to Spain.
That's what I'm talking about, high quality ingredients.
So what's our secret to getting in all that travel time?
Become a teacher.
International teaching. Get a lot of time off. You're in places you've never been before. And then on my side of things, I need to find a way to make some money, basically from anywhere in the world. So I took a web design program and did a bit of that. And I started doing these videos as well. Luckily, I had a decent job before this, and I was able to save up enough money. And I'm kind of going through my savings a little bit, but it's a lot cheaper to live overseas, especially in the places we've been, Vietnam, China, now Ecuador. So if you want to travel 30% of the year, become an international teacher, I guess is my answer. It's not for everybody, I suppose, but it's a pretty good job, pretty rewarding. You can make a lot of money. You know, Sarah was able to pay off all her debts in their first couple of years, like all her school and everything. So it's a pretty cool job, pretty cool way to live. And it's becoming more popular, the whole digital nomad. There's a lot of digital nomads nowadays. So if you have a job where you just mainly sit on a computer all day, see if you can work out a deal to work from home, work from anywhere in the world on your computer. Okay, that's the end of the video. That's the year. We'll see you in 2020. Right? Make sure you guys write 2020 when you're writing your dates out, and don't just put 20, because then somebody was going to put a 1 and a 9 after it, and then I'm going to screw you over. That's my tip of the week.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Look at date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah. When I check the cost, I was like, oh, that's expensive. Ay, rolling flex in my ear.